Okay, the last section going in this test is 8.6, and it's the Law of Cosines. So it's a little trickier than Law of Sines, only because there's a little extra piece to remember. So with right triangles, you can usually do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. With Law of Cosines, you still have pieces of that, but then you have to subtract this piece. Because if you notice, we don't have a triangle that's a right triangle, we have one that might be a little off. And the key thing is remembering how to label. Angle A is across from side A, angle B across from side B, angle C across from side C. Oh, that was bad. Angle C across from side C. So basically, figure out this piece first, and then do a squared plus b, oops, that should say squared, minus 2ab times cosine c. So let's try a practice problem. That's the easiest way. So we have angle A, we have side C and side B, and I don't even remember what this one is asking you for. I'm assuming it's asking for A. Just pretend it is. So we're going to look for this guy right here, as long as we have side B, side C, and angle A. So it's usually if you have the two sides and the angle between them, you're good. So a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2 cosine, nope. See, I even forget sometimes. 2bc cosine A. So basically it's saying a squared equals b squared plus c squared. So basically whatever you have alone equals the other two squared alone, or added. But then you have to minus, and these letters are always the same as these letters. And then this is the angle that goes with it. So pretty easy to remember. Here, let's do a squared equals 10 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 times 10 times 16. See those numbers repeat? Cosine angle A. So go ahead and get that. 2 times 10 times 16 times cosine of 78 in your calculator, so you just have it, as well as the 10 squared and the 16 squared. And make sure you don't square root until you get a single number on that right side. So I'm going to add those all up, minus the 66 to get 289.47, and then I square root. So A is 17.0. Oh, and it's in miles. So pretty straightforward to use. It's just figuring out the equations because you don't have them given for you. So let's take a look at another practice problem here. So let's just say I'm trying to find angle A. Okay? So if I want angle A, and this is side A, side B, and side C, whichever equation has angle A in it is the one you want to use. So a squared equals b squared plus c squared. We know all of those. Minus 2bc cosine of, times cosine of A. Notice this is the only piece I don't know, so that's the one I want to use. And for now, you can kind of like look back at the equations to figure out which one you want to use, but eventually you should be memorizing all of them before you use them. So fill in the blanks. B squared plus c squared minus 2b c cosine A. So when I do this, I'm going to get that 24.3 squared. I'm going to get my 11.6 squared, my 19.8 squared, and then I'm going to get these numbers multiplied. So 2 times 11.6 times 19.8. And this is where you can trick up just by typing it in your calculator. It can be tricky, so make sure you know that. These are connected by multiplying, so it's the only thing I can't move. So this has to stay where it's at. but I'm going to subtract the other pieces over just to get less things on this side. And double check my work. Sometimes I punch it in wrong also. But I got 63.89 equals negative 459.36 times cosine A. So now I can go ahead and get rid of this piece by dividing by that. And I'm going to divide by the negative, so it just goes away with it. So I get that. 459.36 is this. So I got this. And I just keep, I don't know, 3 or 4 at this point, decimals, just to make sure I get the right answer. And then I don't have my angle with cosine, so I have to do cos negative 1. Remember, it's that inverse cosine. So lots of work to get down to our one answer, but our answer is 98 degrees, like the old band. So that's angle A. On this homework problem, it does ask you to solve all the other pieces. So you can either do law of sines from here, or you can keep doing law of cosines, whichever one you like more. But I know this right here is 98 degrees now. So if I wanted to find angle C, I could set up this guy, and I can set up this guy right here and do that. But you'd have to check for ambiguous cases. So I really just like keep going with law of cosines because you never have ambiguous cases. So if you wanted to do law of cosines again, you would do the one that has angle C missing. So that's the C squared one. Or you can do the angle B missing if you want that first. But you still have all 3 of your sides, so it's pretty easy. I'm not going to keep solving it because it's just redundant. But that is law of cosines. Hopefully you like it. Biggest trick is memorizing it. So let's look at these again. A, B, C. B, C is repeated. Angle A. If it's B, you have angle B. If you have C, you have angle C. It's always your other 2 sides in both those spots. So pretty easy. It's just remembering what's adding, what's subtracting. That's it.